Hi you guys, I'm on the road tonight. It's about to storm here, kids in bed, so I'm gonna do a few videos because I won't probably be back until the weekend. Anyway, this tag video is my worst relationship. Uh, this started a many moons ago. But anyway, just a brief synopsis of it. My worst relationship was many moons ago where I dated an older guy, not a much older guy, but he was older than I was. And I was young. And I like older guys, not old ass guys, older. And anyway, we started out cool. I thought it was cool to have an older boyfriend that had a car, job, money, cute, all that. That was the smoking mirror. Anyway, by me being young, I was attracted to all of that. Keep in mind, I've been with my husband for like 20 plus years, but we started as friends, and just like any other relationship, you go through the ups and downs, you break up, high school love, all that. Anyway, as time progressed, the smoke and mirrors started disappearing, and I started noticing the controlling, the degrading in a sense when you get mad, the nonchalant attitude, when you express something and someone doesn't really care. But yet and still I thought this is what, you know, goes on in a relationship because I had never really dated no one other than my husband, and we were young, so it was just a friendship. It wasn't no, in my mama and I, it wasn't no dating at 13, 14, and all that. You talk on the phone and you barely could do that. At 8, 30, 9 o'clock, this time to go to bed for school, so is that and writing letters, that's it, which I'm thankful for. I'm blessed. But anyway, I've been in this relationship for approximately like 2 years. Keep in mind, me and my husband now, we were friends at the time. He dated other people, I dated other people. We were still cool, and I would tell him what's going on. He would tell me what's going on with him or whatever, but we were just cool. Anyway, with this guy, things progress. So if things progress as with anything, when someone is giving you something or telling you something, it's like if you don't have your own or you ain't used to it, you'll do anything. That's why I said love yourself, value yourself, and know your worth. That's why I speak on this so frequently on my videos to young women and young men. I became entrapped in two worlds. I had the world where I was young and cool, friends can hang out, and I had this other life where when I call, answer the phone, if I want to go eat, we're going to eat this. I'm going to teach you this and do this, but you have to step up and be a woman before it actually was time for me to be, literally a woman. I mean, the body parts and the physical aspect is there as you go along in life. But I'm talking about the mindset of women. Because keep in mind, I want to have fun, go to the movies, hang out with my friends, walk around the block, go to the corner store, listen to the music, you know, teenage type of stuff. Anyway, we got to the point where this guy began to stalk me. I didn't know what stalking was. And keep in mind, my mom loved this guy, you know. And so that wasn't an issue or whatever. But I didn't know at the time that he was like trying to make me into what he wanted more than what I was going through. It was like I've been through that phase in life. You gotta catch up to be my woman and you going to nice restaurants and this, that, and third. You're gonna do this. See, this is why I be saying, and it's not bragging, it's true. I wasn't the girl who you picked up and wanted to take to McDonald's. I was like, these girls in high school boyfriend have sex with them. They only go get Big Macs and chicken nuggets. No, I'm getting crab leg, steamed lobster, asparagus. I get this very young. That's why when I say I expect the best, yes, I expect the best because I know I deserve the best. Because this is the I did. Anyway, as time went on, I felt like it was cool for a moment, then it wasn't cool. Then I found myself withdrawing from him, and he found himself where he was like, no. You were me in your mind because he was the jealous type. He could be sweet. It was like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And it was good for him to talk to ex-girlfriends on the phone, or if they needed something, he would speak to them or whatever. But if I spoke to a guy, it was like, you're screwing him and you're a whore and you're doing this. And I would be so ashamed that I cried. And it was like the more I would do that, he would be like, you're a bitch and you're this. Drop me off at home and then call me in 10 minutes and want to talk all night about how much you love me. You want the best for me. You wanted me to finish school, go to this college. You want a house and wanted kids. And I became, entrapped in what do I do? Because on one hand, I just, see myself doing more and different things. But on the other hand, I was like, well, maybe I should dress like this or do this and all that. But it wouldn't have made a difference because the problem wasn't me, the problem was him. It wasn't with me. He had his own issues, but they didn't show too much later. So then we get to the stage in life where I want to soar on my own. I want to hang out with the girls and do this. He's like, I went to work all day. When I'm off work, I'm going to pick you up. You need to be ready. And early one night, he pretty much held me hostage in the house and accused me of cheating, where he proceeded to tell me everything that he would do to himself and me. I thank God that I was able to get to a phone and I had family come get me. Even after all that, I didn't think, you know, it was gonna last much longer, but was I wrong? And needless to say, we went through many encounters where he came to my house, um, had me outside in the rain on top of a car, put a gun to my head, and told me he would kill me and himself because he was in love with me and I was his girl and his woman, and that was that. Needless to say, most people were like, that's love, that's what this, and that's that. A lie, And my husband now, where he's my boyfriend at the time, was telling me, like, babe, you gotta get out of that. You work more than that. You're beautiful. You're this. You don't deserve it. But me being young, getting excited by the glamour, dealt with the darkness and the stupidity and the foolishness. And we did 3 times where this guy was like, I'm gonna kill both of us. And when I kill you, I'm gonna throw you in the Mississippi River, chop you up there, and never find you because you keep hurting me by um, speaking to other people or being nice, and you screwing other people, and you're poor, and you this and you that. It's no need for both of us to live. It was at that moment that, yes, he proposed, gave me a ring, told his family, set a date. I loved his family and everything. And I said no more. What I did was this. I simply started ignoring him. I simply started being distant. As he worked more hours, he became distant. I became more involved in other things. I became more involved in finding my work. Became more involved in learning and knowledge and speaking out to God more and was like, what is going on with me? Because at the same time I was rebellious because I said all the signs were there and I ignored them. And we finally got to the point where he wanted to have an encounter with me at his mom's house one night, and I was like, no. And he then proceeded to tell me that if I didn't, that he would just do what he had to do to get it. And I was like, and I proceeded to say these words, and I'm gonna fuck you up in here. And he was bigger than me, you guys. I was like 115. I was like maybe 116, 120 then, whatever. And he said, well, fine, let me take you home. And through this turmoil, we didn't talk for certain days, certain weeks. He would leave messages. He would send flowers. He used to always send the best gifts. That's why when women be falling over candy and hearts and balloons, no. When I was younger, not 12 or 13, you guys, I was like 16, 17, 18 during this period. Um, I had balloons that were inside of balloons that played music. I got real rings, real necklaces, real perfume. So that was enthrall me. That's why no guy could. That's why I didn't leave sooner because no guy was gonna give me just mediocre stuff that every other girl got. That's why I demand to this day you can't. If I was dating her, that you can't match that. And I don't say that to brag. I say that is my um I would say my needs. You know, 'cause I didn't want to be like every other girl. I always told them, y'all sitting over there at Burger King, baby, I'm eating steak, but I paid a price for eating them at the same time. You know, I can eat them now, but I'm showing love, affection, grace, just admiration, everything. So I'm blessed. But it goes on to where we was nearing the end of the second year. And after the encounter where we didn't, have sex, um, he calls one day and we have a little chit chat. And he said some things, I said some things, we hung up. I sat there, pondered on the things for about a week and a half. And finally, one day, it was coming to about this time of the year, he called and he said, I've been thinking and going over some things in my mind and this and that. And I said, me too. And before he could get it out of his mouth, I said, I think we should be friends. Not making literally friends, but just to break it off without seeing each other face to face. Because I didn't know which way this food was going to come out of a bag. One day he could be nice, sweet, romantic, loving, caring, joking, fun. Next day he can be mad, bitter, hellish, scary, ignorant. And we broke up. And for maybe 2 or 3 times, we would talk. He would come by, we would talk. And, he would try to say, well, come get in the car, and, let's talk, let's listen to the music. And something kept telling me, no. And I'm glad I did that. As I got older, I've had a conversation or two with him. He's moved on and had kids. I'm married, have kids, very happy with the decision I made or whatever. I don't wish nothing bad on him. I think he's changed his life or whatever. And I say thank God for that. But I said that because it was my worst. And it was my worst for a reason. Because I was stubborn, I was hard-headed, I was foolish. I was looking at the smoke and mirrors and almost lost my life. And domestic violence is no joke. Not loving yourself, self-esteem, it all goes hand in hand. Because even through all of that, I continued to be like, well, he had a bad day today, he's still today. And it wasn't like a hidden type of thing or nothing like that. It was more of a mental type of thing, an emotional type of thing. His feelings up and down, so my feelings up and down. He have a bad day that made my day bad. I can be happy. If he ain't happy, then we both ain't happy. If he happy, then we both can be happy today. And, he was just the type to say anything around anybody, and I wasn't used to that, and it pissed me off when I would say something. His voice loud, I'm loud because I'm a country girl, whatever. And that's why I said you have to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. If you're in a bad situation, call numbers, seek help, get online. It's not worth your life. That person is not worth your time. Whether it's physical, mental, sexual, whatever. It's not. I've been there through all of that. And I would say I've learned a great deal. I definitely earned my stripes, and I just try to inspire others and tell other people. When I say I understand, I've been there. Yes, I have, and it took me a long time to forgive. It took me a long time to forget. Well, I never forget, but just to be able to tell and share the story. I'm not gonna call names or whatever, but it was just one of those things that I never thought would happen when I was younger, but it happened. So when people say, no, that can't happen to me, yeah, it can. Sorry about that. And even my friends to this day were like, why didn't you say nothing? And why? And I was like, because I was ashamed. But I thought I had to go on because I had older boyfriend. He's 20 something. You know, it's cool, and we basically almost living together, and you know, all the same things most girls, but it came with a heavy price. But anyway, I want you guys to check out these other YouTubers. They do a great job on different tags, reviews, makeups, tutorials, whatever. There'll be True Secret 5000, might be the Ghetto View, some more Love Real TV, Cemented, Lady Nika, V Nix, Marcus Williams, Monty Blue, Much Love from KY, The Scorpion Show, um, It's a Quickie, Bree Bree 91100. I'm using my hands, guys, trying to remember everybody. Tasha C, V Nick, trying to think of everybody that I watched. Lady Nika, Miss Arkansas, Forest Rocks, Ashley Miller, Much Love from KY. I think I mentioned her. Check her out. Check out all these people. Tasha C. Check them all out. James Caldwell, Smoke Work 314. If I forget anybody, charge to my head and I'm a heart. Anyway, you guys, till next time. Toodles.